Namaste, beautiful yogis, and let's talk about why I shaved my head. I already posted a post on Instagram, starting the discussion basically, and it turned into a really nice discussion, really interesting discussion, and I am coming on here to just continue it or elaborate on it. So why did I shave my head? It seems to be such a radical thing, and I'm not sure why, because I think part of the reason why I shaved my head is because I had a hunch. So in general, I'm not a person per se crazy or a person that is this outwardly radical things per se, although my mind is radical, but I don't consider myself, you know, in that regard crazy, but I do have spontaneity. If I have um, a strong gut feeling about something, it's unexplainable. It's not even a gut feeling. It's a push for action. Then I jump on it. I do things real spontaneously every so often, pretty much rarely, because we're talking bigger things or things that are strange or unorthodox. So I had a hunch, and I actually asked on Facebook, and it was such a heated discussion, and had everybody being, oh yeah, cut it, it's nothing, it's hair, it's not gonna define your personality or who you are. I probably was gonna be less interested in shaving it, but a lot of people said a woman's best asset or best accessory or her femininity is wrapped in her hair. So in spiritual traditions, usually they say magnetism is, the hair is a conduit to the universe and to magnetism. So it does have a purpose, it seems like, spiritual purpose that is not studied in science. It does have a purpose, and you see a lot of monks actually having long priests, long hair, but you do see monks shaving their head as an act of humility or humbleness. So it is something to think about. But when everybody or so many people express that it's a woman is obligated to have hair, it just made me want it stronger. And maybe it's a rebellious act, maybe, but I didn't feel it as a rebellion or as a rebellious act. I just felt that need, and I jumped on it. It was as simple as that. Now, how do I feel after I cut it? It's a free and a liberated feeling. It's weird, but it's hard to explain because it's just hair. And I'm still the same me. There is no change. But there is a sense of, I guess, differentness or something I never considered to do, and something that I'm realizing women are not supposed to do. So, and a lot of you actually message me that they've done this at one point in their life. So it's something that I feel it's kind of nice to do once in a lifetime. And on a practical level, we were traveling through Europe, as you might know, and we're going to hot springs, and I'll just pull it in a ponytail even when it's wet and in heat and sauna. So there was at least this much that was quite broken and damaged, and I could have trimmed that off, but that wasn't the desire I was getting. I wanted to shave it, and at first I actually shaved it this long, and then I was like, let's go down to the MBC scalp. Let's go down a little further down, because when it was this long, I do have a lot of hair, turns out, a lot of hair, and it's kind of sharp and straight, so it kind of creates a pull and it's sticking out. So I wanted to just get a new fresh start. I think it symbolizes for me freshness, a new beginning, and probably more on a spiritual level, a new beginning. There is a little bird fight or a bird dance. Maybe it's something that symbolizes the newness, or breaking out of one more norm, because we all, us women, are really obligated to conform to so many things. We're supposed to look womanly according to what women is defined in our society. And just before I shave my head, that might have something to do with it. We were watching, there is a documentary on Netflix on Hugh Hefner and on the Playmates, and it made me contemplate the norms, especially through that era, the 80s, the 90s, that women had to conform to. We still have to conform to so many things. If you think about what women need to do to upkeep that womanly look, it's crazy. Starting with the hair removal and then with the augmentations. And even if there is no heavy surgeries, we still continue to have to look a certain way to be womanly. Even the hair, it's so much maintenance, and it has to be a certain way. Or so I wanted to feel a level of freedom, I guess, and I do feel it. It's strange because it's such a physical thing. It's just an external thing. It's outside. It's in my appearance, but it's making me feel a spark of freedom inside. So it feels great. Also, there's gonna be no hair on my bathroom floor for a while, so that's awesome. And another thing is, I've always, for probably 7 years, I've wanted to do castor oil packs, and I even bought 6 years ago, and it hasn't gone bad. Black Jamaican oil, and I just can't get around to do the hair scalp treatments because it's so freaking messy and you can't wash it off your head. It just, my hair stays greasy. It's just it takes a lot of product to get it out, a lot of shampoo, a lot of work, a lot of water. So I figured this is gonna give me the opportunity to have this fresh new start. All right, so I had to interrupt my video because I ran out of minutes on the phone. Anyways, the sun came out, and I think I was talking about castor oil, but I'm not sure what I was talking about. But on a practical level, I've been able to take care of myself a little more. Every day I do a mask. It feels so not messy, and maybe because I don't have hair to deal with, I'm able to wash my face and do a mask and kind of feel the simplicity of just waking up. And I always feel like I have a really good ponytail, like a real tight ponytail, which is strange because I feel almost the sense of a tight ponytail. I don't know if it's because of my hair pulling, or I'm not sure why, but there is this sense of something rather than nothing, which I thought it should be the opposite. And I'm drinking the most delicious coffee, and it does give me also I guess it is a rebellious thing to do, but I didn't do it for that reason, or for a style or a look reason. Almost I did it for the opposite reason, to give myself a little bit of detachment, not full on. I'm not going in my old years now and detaching and becoming an renunciate, but just a certain level of detachment. But it's been such a heated discussion and such an opinionated thing that and a lot of people complimented me. It's beautiful, it was the opposite. It was meant to be the opposite of related to looks, but I think for us women it is a big deal, and it is a big discussion. So it's interesting. I didn't think it is a big deal. I didn't think it should be a big deal, a big discussion, but it is. It is a young thing to do, and because I'm 40, I don't know how that happened, but it did. And I feel physically, I feel the same as always, but my mind, of course, is maturing, and I'm maturing. So there is a difference between the 20-year-old me and me now. I'm growing, of course. That is only natural and normal to grow, but it does seem to shave off a few years off of you. So I'm having to re-experience some sides of the 20s, or of youth, or youthfulness a little bit. And as far as I thought I would have to do a lot more makeup, or be more mindful of makeup, so I don't look like a boy or like a man. But it's been the opposite, because the canvas is so barren that my face can pretty much take mascara, and after that it looks and feels that it's going to be heavy if I put anything else on. Now the sun is strong. So it seems to, even in that regard, be a way easier to manage. And it does look more masculine, so I think it is expressing a certain side of me. But at the same time, because I am Aries, so there is a certain side of me that is more, it's now I resonate with how I look a little more than before. There is a side of me that is more related to what I see now. So when I catch a reflection of myself in a mirror passing by, I'm not shocked. I actually resonate with this a little more at the moment. So it feels good, and I'm really glad I did it. What else? I'm sure I'm forgetting to say a few more things as far as why I did it, but I think I was talking, did I finish my sentence about Hugh Hefner? So yeah, women conform to so many things. It's just scary what we have to deal with, starting with the hair extensions, and then that one is really harsh for me, the nails. And I understand that women are into aesthetics and pretty things, but in so many ways it's so debilitating to put plastic on acrylic on your hands, because I like to do things with my hands, and it's toxic, it's expensive, so I'm absolutely no judgment. Look at me, I'm in no position to I'm not the person that would judge anybody, but it's really very obligating to be a woman, basically, and it shouldn't be, and we can choose not to do it. And the only people that will have some massive judgment towards us are probably people that I don't necessarily want up close in my life, because I want people with a little more unorthodox mind, and opinions form from inside out, not from outside in, which is what most people now have. It's outside in opinions. And let's see, so much sun all of a sudden, so much sun. And I'm using my vitamin C serum, which I noticed that it's giving me a little bit of a shine. It's not oil, it's vitamin C serum. So it's basically for me to contemplate norms, to contemplate freedom, to contemplate breaking out of norms, to experience a different side of me, a side in which I resonate with a certain look in a different way, and also because it's a masculine but a more feminine. It's strangely both. It's more dainty, it's more tender look, but it's also more masculine. It's both. It's the dichotomy. It's very strange, but it's very dainty at the same time, more masculine. So it's the two sides of it. So it's probably a more androgynous look, but it's also so comfortable that it's weird that we're not allowed to do it whenever we need to, or whenever we're busy, or whenever we feel the need to just express that. And I guess younger people can do it, or people that live in certain places, but a lot of us live in places where people are real square and real small-minded, small worlds, where everybody has to conform to the norms in that place, and we feel that it's such a big deal to do anything that's a little different. And I truly understand why, and that's why I fought so hard to get out. Fought so hard, not with like I gotta get out of here, but I just have such despise for small-mindedness in small places in the mind. And the last places I've lived in, I pretty much can do whatever I want with my hair, and I don't think anybody would look at me twice. So that's refreshing, that's nice. I think I get more smiles, maybe more smiles from young people. But that's how it feels. It feels pretty good. And there's nowhere for me to hide. There is, if I have a pimple, also I'm more aware of how much I raise my eyebrows and wrinkle my forehead, which is, I'm a compulsive forehead wrinkler, so it makes me more aware. I don't know why. I feel it more. It's quite strange. Maybe because there is such a simplicity around my head. Anyways, I think if I think of something else, I'll come back in the future in a few months. But but for now, that is it. It's those are my thoughts and my impressions so far. And let me know how it felt for you. It's been a good discussion. Read through the comments on the post where I announced it, or on the post on Facebook where I asked, should I do it? The strongness in opinions about doing it is what kind of pushed me. Anyways.